Hello everybody, that's me Osama Abu Hajar and welcome to the machine learning tutorial again. So in this video we're gonna cover some topics that you need to use and to understand, to have a better understanding of machine learning and to have better performance of machine learning. So as I have described here, we see that we need to know a little bit about mathematics. So obviously, data science is about mathematics. It's about adding data, creating data, process data. So all this data is numeric data mostly. So to have a good understanding and to have a good process of this data, you have to be aware about some topics in maths. So linear algebra, mathematics analysis, so derivation, gradient, and trees are important. So vectors as well as I've described here, matrices, they all kind of important data because basically data science is based about maths and programming is based about maths. So if you have good understanding of maths of these topics, you should be able to have a better understanding of machine learning. At the same time, you need in programming area you need good understanding of Python. So obviously Python is one of the best programming language to be used with machine learning. So you don't have to be professional with Python, but my recommendation to be good in the syntax of Python. So to know how to use Python import, Python print lines, Python assign variables, all these are important. Since you know them, you could be able to understand the coding I'm gonna cover down in the bottom of this tutorial. So how to assign variable, how to compare variables, they all are important. So how to code the functions, that's kind of basic syntax and information about Python you should know to be able to understand the actual tutorial. So at the same time, if you don't have an experience with Python before, there's some documentations here as I recommend to be used. So that's the documentation, the official documentation from Python. You could use it, or you could use Paul Barry, our teacher from third year. So he has a good, so that's here. So that's his PDF. So you could use his PDF, which is a good one to be used. I found it really useful and helpful. So you could have it, it's around like 500 pages and it's called Head First Python. It's really important, tells you about the basic information of Python. I recommend to use it. If not, you could use the other recommendations I gave over here, Code Academy, or like Learn Python the hard way. So they are different resources. I found them useful. They have good information and easy to the user. Once you have a good syntax of Python idea or like information or learning, then you go to the data analysis library. So Python is an open source language. So basically there is a lot of libraries in Python support the machine learning process. So instead of giving yourself writing a lot of functions and doing a lot of process and hundred of lines of programming to do like small job, simply could just get the libraries, and these libraries could be have a lot of built-in functions and objects. So basically you import them into your working space and you have a good understanding and you have a good reach for a lot of different functions. So the important the important libraries we do need are NumPy. So this NumPy is mostly where you could save a collection of data such as big, huge arrays, matrices, along with large of collection of high mathematics functions. So basically you could apply the mathematics function on this data. Panda, so basically your data set could be CSV files, Excel files, XML files. So to import them into the Python, you could use Panda. So there is 10-minute process of Panda, so how to use Panda as well. So I support like links for each of these libraries. There is a Matpult library. So basically Matpult library is how to visualize the data. So how to have a graphs of this data, how to see the data rather than just reading the data. It's useful. And you could get ScienceKit learning. So this is an open source, simple, efficient tool for predicting data analysis. So it could predict the data for you. It's used a lot in our area. So you could use classification, clustering. So you could classify the data and train the model. So these libraries in total are really useful. Save a lot of time for you. So I would recommend to have a look to the links over here and have an idea about them. So the top 10 machine learning, you have to know about them. So basically linear regression, logistic regression, linear discriminant analysis, and all of these are the top 10. So if you have a time, you could go and read about them. But in our tutorial, we're gonna talk about machine learning. There was decision tree, because they are really useful and good, and I think I could tell you really good start point to understand what is machine learning. See you in the next videos, and thank you.